105 in February 2007. May is one of the last surviving members of Newport's Jewish community. She entertained me to high tea, and as a lifelong socialist, told me some surprising things about her first job.
The funny thing is, the only job I worked at was in the Conservative Association. I mean, there shouldn't be all this backbiting. This is what I never liked about when I worked there. There's an awful lot of backbiting, and you scratch my back. This is a #1 policy. Whoever goes there, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Every Sunday there was a political meeting in Glasgow somewhere. I don't know if it still exists, I don't suppose. And the editor of the Forward used to come to Glasgow to the meeting, to a socialist meeting, and they all came back to our house for tea. I remember that so well. I don't think my mother and father voted socialist. I think they voted liberal at that time. Most Jewish people did.
Yes.
Since they've given us free buses, which I've never been in a position. Do you know, I lost my mobility on the day that they gave us free buses. When I heard of it, I thought, I'm going to go and explore Wales properly now. I can go for nothing. I couldn't go on the bus. My balance, I was on my back the only time I went there.
What happened to the Jewish community in Newport? They moved out to
Cardiff, they died, there's no replacements. The same's happening in Cardiff, I understand.
Yes.
It has gone down as well, but not to the extent that we have. A boy used to take me back from school. I was only about 12, and my father saw it, and he said, "Who was that?" I said, "It's just a boy that's at school. He lives down here somewhere." He said, "Is he Jewish?" I said, "No, I don't think so." "You're staying in?" I had to stay in for 3 weeks. And there was nothing, nobody thought anything, nothing at all. There's certain memories. I can remember when the Titanic went down. I remember the newsboys running up the street and shouting about what happened to it. I've got memories, because you know Glasgow's on the Clyde, which is very beautiful. The steamers go down the Clyde, which opens up almost like Norwegian Firs, open up from the river as it enters the Firth of Clyde. And everybody goes down, doesn't matter if they got money, they haven't got money, they go, doing the water they call it. And I can remember as a little girl of 3, now if I show you any photo of me, my hair's out like that, which it is now, I can't control it. And when the hooter went of the funnel, you used to make a noise, I used to tear my hair out. And I can't bear that noise to this day. Do you know when the funnel comes from the funnel? I go like that, and I can remember doing that. I remember food being a problem. I can remember that. I've always been a great butter eater. And I remember it in the last war, Harry, my husband, and Asta, they gave me all the butter, and I gave them whatever else they had. They didn't give me, that's how we lived. Because they could eat margarine, and I've never been able to eat margarine. I remember that distinctly. I used to do a bartering trade. Never took a bacon ration, but you had to give me something that was very short supply. And of course, you know, Wales was a very depressed area just before that war, weren't we?
Yes.
And when it came to rationing, your rations were based on the amount of orders you gave a warehouse before the war. And that's why things like a little extra tea, or when they were selling sultanas, that we never got them. And I like very weak tea, so all of us didn't. We never used our tea ration. So that went up to Glasgow, where they had everything. They never went short there. So they used to send me sultanas and prunes and anything that they know we didn't get. We had a great bartering trade, but I really laughed. To me, I must admit, the morals get me down.
Yes.
I must admit it.
Yes.
I don't like the way they're living.
No.
It's such an unstable sort of life, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway, we were doing the exercises, and there was a man there. I had been talking to him just ordinarily, and they invited me to come clubbing and pubbing. And I had to laugh because I can remember distinctly that no Scottish girl in her teens, when I was a teenager, would ever go into a pub. Honestly.
When did this invitation come?
Pardon?
When did you have this invitation to go clubbing and pubbing?
Last Wednesday when I was at the...
I think you'll be very proud of the fact that you have an invitation to go clubbing and pubbing at the age of 101.
I'm really rewarded because I didn't take the slightest notice. I said to a friend who came in yesterday, I said, can you see me clubbing and pubbing? Oh, she said, no. I should think no.
I can't see why not. I mean, life inside your life.
Had quite a bit of freedom. I mean, we had to be a little bit, what shall I say, aware and not indulge like they do today.
No.
I don't think they're doing themselves or anyone else any good. I don't think so. There was just as much there then, only they didn't use it in the way they're doing it today.
No.
But I don't like this unstable life.
No.
You're afraid to ask someone really, are they married, or they're not married, or what they're doing, or whatever it is. I don't know, but I can't understand. Perhaps you can enlighten me. People like Marks and Spencer, Sainsbury's, who've always been so successful. How do they manage to get into the mess that they're in now? The back of my head, I've always been a socialist.
Yes.
I'll tell you a funny thing. I don't know if you can remember, we'll go back as far as this. You know Peter Mendleson?
Yes.
His father was H. Morrison, whose wife was a Jewish lady, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, every now and then we would have a raffle, they would have a raffle, whatever it was. And the first few months I was there, we had a raffle. And someone from Morrison's office came in and bought some raffle tickets from us conservatives.
Yes.
And I'm sure to this day that this was rigged.
Yeah.
Mrs. Morrison won the fox fur, which was very fashionable. I'm sure that was a rig to show how broad-minded the socialists were.